Right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Pothole problems.
Water gets in there, next thing you know, you get a pothole.
What's stopping the city of St. Louis from repairing them faster? Mask or no mask? Uber and Lyft have scrapped their mandates, but our Verify team finds out there are some instances where drivers may have to wear one.
The severe weather threat is ending for tonight. After a nice Sunday, more active weather returns later Monday.
Well, let's go ahead and start tonight with a live look at the St. Louis Arch. The rain, storms, and spotty showers are moving out tonight, and sunshine is moving in for tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Lee. We're going to start tonight with meteorologist Jim Castillo. Jim, some areas to our south and east were under a tornado watch or a warning this afternoon, but really, no damage from those storms tonight. Pretty lucky.
Yeah, we haven't had any reports of that, although the hail did get pretty large, so I'm sure we'll have some kind of hail damage reports coming in. And also, we have had a rotating wall cloud around Perry County, Missouri, and a funnel cloud spotted there earlier. Still a lot of lightning out there tonight. You can see it, the arch down there in the lower left-hand part of your screen, and in the background there, way down our Illinois county, still seeing that lightning. And those thunderstorms just now moving out of our counties. Tornado watch ended for the Illinois counties just minutes ago at 10 o'clock. And of course, that lightning continues around Carbondale and right around Effingham. We'll zoom in a little bit here. And the ground clutter around St. Louis, that's just the clearing skies. And things are going to be really nice as we head into Sunday. Much cooler tonight, too, with overnight lows in the low 50s instead of the low 60s like we had this morning. So that front has made its way through here. It was quite the active scene as we pushed throughout the evening hours. And then now we're getting that cool air and that sunshine for tomorrow. Right now, Michelle, sitting at 65 degrees. Much more on that forecast coming up. More active weather and possible severe weather by Monday night.
All right. Thanks so much, Jim. Of course, you can stay on top of the forecast 24/7. You can do that by adding 5 on your side to your Roku or Amazon Fire TV, and just search for KSDK to find the free app and add it to your account. In the meantime, tonight, the St. Louis City Streets Commissioner is hoping Mother Nature holds off on the rain. That way, his crew can repair those potholes. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend asked why it's taking a while to fix them.
They're seemingly popping up all over the place at intersections in downtown St. Louis, along this stretch of North Broadway. And if you drive north to south on Grand Boulevard, past the popular Fox Theater, your car will definitely hit one of them. Potholes, potholes, potholes.
All year round, yes, too many potholes.
Sure, it's a seasonal problem, but Valencia Young and scores of St. Louisans are sick of them.
Broke an axle 3 times.
Young says in the past 3 months, she's replaced 6 tires and put out more than $1,000 in pothole-related repairs on her car.
I'm tired of buying tires.
Okay, so we came down Blaze Avenue here in North St. Louis and rolled on 1, 2, 3, 4 potholes. But wait, that's not all. 5, 6, and 7 were right back there just feet away, but by far, this one was the granddaddy of them all. And that's not even the entire street.
Number of potholes wise, it's a little bit better than it has been.
Kent Flake is the St. Louis Streets Commissioner. He admits he too has seen a bunch of those pesky potholes in all sizes and citywide.
We currently have like 2,100 open, and we've completed 1,600 so far. Those are the ones that have been reported.
Flake says his 6 two-man crews usually repair about 120 potholes a day. He wishes they could do more, but he says he needs more manpower.
Like everybody, we're having major problems getting people in the door.
Mayor Tashara Jones is offering to pay more money to new city employees.
I'm proposing a 3% raise for city employees on top of the step increase.
Meantime, the city's top streets guy sure hopes people hear their plea.
We're looking for people.
So the city can put the brakes on its pothole problem.
We got to do whatever we can at this point to be competitive.
They need to get to most of them, the main routes.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Seeing is believing, right? Well, to find out how to apply and work for the city street department, just text the word street to 314-425-5355, and we will send you a link with all that information. Well, tonight, St. Louis County is reeling from that earthquake that we had yesterday. A 2.8 magnitude quake hit near Interstate 44 and Highway 141 around 5:30 yesterday evening. While it doesn't seem that strong when you just look at those numbers, it was certainly felt all throughout the St. Louis area. But the question is, how common are earthquakes here? We looked at the data. St. Louis is just north of the more active New Madrid seismic zone and west of the Wabash Valley seismic zone. So the USGS says earthquakes don't happen often in the St. Louis area. Damaging quakes come every 10 to 20 years, with small quakes happening once or twice a year. Now, the largest one in our area was back in 1968, a magnitude 5.4 that caused damage in southern Illinois. And we asked you, did you feel the earthquake? Well, actually, most of you say yes, only by 59%, but still, that's most of you. You can vote on the 5 on Your Side app or at ksdk.com/vote. You've got until 10:30 tonight to weigh in. Well, there is help tonight for families impacted by the pandemic. It is called the Illinois Homeowner Assistance Fund. It helps homeowners who are behind on their mortgage payments because of COVID-19. So far, more than 4,000 residents have applied for help, and we should tell you there is still time just to fill out an application online. That deadline is May 31st. There are certain requirements to qualify. You can find out what you need and how to apply by texting the word apply to 314-425-5355.
Let them learn! Let them learn!
The debate continues tonight about making diversity a priority in the classroom. This afternoon, a group of teachers and parents marched through downtown St. Louis. They say they want equity in the classroom. Now, this comes as more leaders try to ban critical race theory in schools and some books.
As adults, it's our job to prepare our kids for the future, and the reality is that they live in a diverse world. People come from different backgrounds, they speak different languages, and hold different cultural practices. If we want them to succeed, our students need equity education.
Today's rally was spearheaded by the Missouri Equity Education Partnership and Purpose Educational Services. There have been other events like lobby days to get the word out. Well, exciting news tonight. Grant's Farm is now back open for the season. The farm has now been open for its 68th season, by the way. They've got a miniature horse you just saw, new attractions, and longer hours. No reservation is required.
We're excited. This is one of our happiest days of the year when we're open. The crew's been working really hard in the off season to get the place looking great, and we're just excited to invite people back.
Well, we should tell you right now, Grant's Farm is only open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They will be open 7 days a week starting on Memorial Day. There will also be fireworks on Memorial Day weekend.
Rideshare services have canceled mask mandates. We verify whether riders can cancel if the driver doesn't mask up. Cops and cannabis. Our I-team explains why more officers are leaving the force for an unlikely industry.
You're going to enjoy Sunday's weather forecast and more rain and thunderstorms from Monday night. Details coming up.
Well, you may have noticed this. Masks are no longer required on Uber and Lyft rides. Tonight, our Verify team looks into whether passengers can cancel a ride if drivers don't mask up. Here's Brandon Lewis.
On April 19th, just a day after a Florida judge struck down the national mask mandate on public transportation, ride-sharing companies Lyft and Uber said they no longer require masks during rides. The decision prompted concern from customers on social media. Some said they're at high risk of COVID-19 and are worried that they'll get hit with a cancellation fee if their driver refuses their request to wear a mask. So let's verify. Can Uber and Lyft customers be refunded for canceling a ride if a driver doesn't wear a mask? Our sources are Uber and Lyft. Typically, both companies charge riders a fee if they cancel a trip they've already requested and a certain amount of time has passed. However, Uber and Lyft say they're making exceptions for cautious customers who cancel a ride with a driver who won't wear a mask when asked. The companies tell Verify that passengers should contact customer service to explain why they canceled, and they will receive a refund. So, yes, Uber and Lyft customers can be refunded for canceling a ride if a driver doesn't wear a mask. The policy also works for drivers who want their customers to wear a mask. Uber says drivers can select not safe to pick up in their app, and the cancellation won't hurt their rating. Similarly, Lyft tells Verify drivers can cancel rides for health and safety reasons. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Well, there you have it. If you've got something for us to verify, let us know. Just text the word verify to the number on your screen for more information on how to submit a question. We'll be right back. Well, we have some sad news tonight. Country music legend Naomi Judd has passed away. She's a 5-time Grammy winner and the other half of the Judds, a duo she formed with her daughter Winona. The Judds were scheduled to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame tomorrow. The family has not released any other details about her death, but she was 76 years old. Right now, area police departments are having a manpower problem. Officers are leaving the force faster than they can be replaced. Tonight, the I-Team's Christine Byers checks in with area police departments about their shortages. She finds out the officers are going where you might least expect to find them.
This was not a career path I actually saw for myself.
Joe Patterson was a St. Louis County police officer for 11 years.
Spent most of my career working on the Violent Crime and Narcotics Task Force.
That all changed when the state legalized medical marijuana.
Missouri has put together a very comprehensive plan to keep these businesses heavily regulated, and there's a strong emphasis on security.
These days, Patterson can be found inspecting medical marijuana dispensaries like in Bliss in Manchester.
Our goal is to get everything coming and going from this exit.
The state requires dispensaries to have 2 security audits a year.
What's really important is that we get the time in and then we get the time out correct.
Demand for security experts, especially former officers like Joe, is booming. In Missouri, medical marijuana sales reached $160 million the first year. We checked with the state again this week, and in the past 6 months, sales have nearly doubled, totaling almost $300 million. Right now, there are 188 marijuana dispensaries, and another 341 are waiting for license approval. That means more security crews to keep dispensaries safe.
Do you expect to see more law enforcement officers getting into this industry as well?
Yeah, I'm approached on basically a weekly basis.
So is Kevin Schnell.
We are getting flooded with resumes right now, applications of many are wanting to get out of law enforcement.
Schnell left the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department to start a company of his own. In just 18 months, KC Can Transport has grown to 23 employees.
Who better than military and law enforcement veterans to protect those facilities? They have the training, the experience.
It comes at a time when police departments are losing a large number of officers. The I-Team found that the St. Louis Police Department is 127 officers short, and the St. Louis County Police Department is down 72 officers. The St. Louis Police Officers Association represents police officers. We talked to Union President Jay Schroeder to find out why officers are leaving the profession.
Across the country, guys are leaving police departments to go work in the medical marijuana field.
73 police officers died in the line of duty across the U.S. in 2021. That's the highest number since September 11th.
Why wouldn't you take the money and go somewhere and do something that's 10 times safer for, twice the money sometimes?
For Schnell, it was a little bit of everything.
Unlike law enforcement in this day and age, we're actually appreciated. People actually want us there. They feel safe. They say it all the time.
And if someone told Patterson he would one day be protecting people selling medical marijuana?
I would have never believed him in 100 years.
For the I-Team, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
And the I-Team has learned that officers could make twice their salary by going into the medical marijuana safety business. Well, tonight there is a big cleanup in Kansas after a tornado touched down last night. It moved through several counties, eventually hitting the city of Andover. Now, no one died, but several people were hurt. Many are still without power this evening. The National Weather Service had a team there today to take a look at the damage. Well, luckily, Jim, nothing like that, but you have had a very busy, couple of days in the Weather Center.
We have. That earthquake last evening at 5:30. We had some severe weather last evening, and tonight it was a little bit more widespread. Right now, just looking at the horizon, you can see occasionally a little bit of lightning. Still in the Illinois counties, there's the arch right there, and that lightning is really calming down. Quite the light show today. And of course, in Farmington, here's a live look at downtown there. Scotty and I reported about 4 different thunderstorm cells that moved through here, and even with a little bit of hail there. Let's go ahead and check those storm reports from Chicago to St. Louis. not really a lot around the area, but we zoom into our southern areas and anywhere from really Farmington to Perryville to Mountain Bluff and Chester, south of Chester, seeing just a little bit of whether it's a brief funnel south of Farmington before dissipating. And of course, nothing happened there, which is great news. And then Rockwood, which is south of Chester right here, reported a funnel cloud that did not reach the ground. And then we had a little bit of damage in Perryville, reported to trees and metal roofs, possible tornado. They'll check that out. Again, minimal damage on that. Perryville also, a pole barn was damaged, shingles blown off roofs, and Spotter had a funnel cloud in the vicinity there. So what's going on tonight? This is the current radar. You can see the shower thunderstorm activity is moving out of our counties. That tornado watch was going to end at 8. Then extended till 10 in our eastern Illinois counties. That finally came to an end. Here comes that cold front. It's already pushed through St. Louis and eventually will really bring in some nice dry air and also cool air tonight. Temperatures down in the 50s. And then for Sunday, beautiful. Lots of sunshine, maybe some clouds later in the day, northern counties, but then by Monday, clouds really stream in. Chance of rain in here, and maybe late Monday, early Tuesday, some stronger storms are possible, and we already have a marginal risk to, looks like slight risk in our southern and southwestern counties, but even the metro has a isolated severe weather possible, so we'll watch for that. Otherwise, Sunday it is sunny, breezy, 73, Monday 75, late day storms and showers and into the night. Then Tuesday, early morning rain and then clearing, 72. Night rain for Wednesday, otherwise mainly dry, 68. And by next weekend, we're finally warming up into the 70s.
Ooh, all right. We'll take it. Thank you, Jim. Now here's Hannah.
We hear from St. Louis Blues captain ahead of their trip to Minnesota, and we look at one Missouri Tiger who's headed to the NFL. Coming up next in sports. The St. Louis Blues are less than 48 hours away from Game 1 against the Wild in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Craig Berube says Braden Shen and Marco Scandella may be able to play, but there's no guarantee. As a result, they have recalled Dakota Joshua from the AHL today. The good news is offensive depth hasn't been an issue. Last night, Ryan O'Reilly became the 9th Blues player to score 20 or more goals this season, meaning the top 9 forwards in the Blues lineup are all in the 20-goal club. The captain says they'll have to rely on this depth heading into Monday night.
Yeah, obviously it's nice. I think it's a credit to our depth of how many guys that can put the puck in the net, and the reason why we've had a successful season is our scoring is so balanced and deep, and I think that's something that again going forward in the playoffs we're confident in. We know that every line can make an impact and put the puck in the net, and I think that's dangerous.
A good sign to see. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals return to Busch Stadium this afternoon to face Arizona without Nolan Arenado, who served his 1-game suspension today. Miles Mikolas on the mound, and he picked up where he left off against the Mets. Top of the 7th, he strikes out Seth Bear with that beauty of a curveball for his 19th consecutive scoreless inning, the longest streak in the league right now. But Merrill Kelly was just as good today in the 7th. Yadier Molina gets just the second hit of the day here for the Redbirds, and Miles Mikolas has to return in the 8th to the mound, but his scoreless streak ends with Ketel Marte's solo shot into the Cardinals bullpen. Mikolas goes 7 1/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 7 strikeouts as they lose 2-0. Only 3 hits for the Cards today, which is their fewest in a game this season.
When you look at the teams that are successful and in the playoffs, there's a lot of doubles and homers being hit. When that's not happening, you have to find other ways to win. So we don't mind the 15 singles, but at the end of the day, yeah, we're gonna have to drive the baseball. So do I think we will? Absolutely. But yeah, that's something we're gonna have to get going.
On a positive note, the NFL draft continued this weekend, and one Missouri Tiger's life changed forever thanks to his hometown team. Running back Tyler Beatty was selected by the Ravens in the 6th round. It took longer than most expected. Beatty led the SEC in rushing yards last fall with more than 1,600 for a Missouri season record. Very much deserved today. Following the Beijing Winter Olympics, the sport of curling continues to expand across St. Louis. Today, 2018 U.S. gold medalist Tyler George made his way into town for the St. Louis Curling Club's charity tournament for the Siteman Cancer Center. He says all eyes are on STL.
We're hoping that eventually we can get to dedicated curling facility, which is solely for curling purposes, like we've seen in Atlanta and Charlotte and Los Angeles and places like that. So I think it's just a matter of time. Just need the right people to get on board, start financing something like that. And it's not an if as opposed to a when, I think, for the city of St. Louis that the sport really grows and flourishes here.
Let me just say, I had never been too familiar with curling, covered it a lot during our Winter Olympic coverage, and it is fantastic, and it is expanding and flourishing in this town.
I love it. I always feel like that's my only shot to get into the Olympics at this point, but I know it's a lot harder than that. But you know, when you see it, you're always like, maybe that's my chance.
You never know, Michelle.
It looks cool.
I think I know. I think I know. And I think I know that the forecast is
better.
Better. Yeah,
Yes.
I was going to say that.
So we're clearing up, and temperatures tomorrow 73. Hey, it's going to be very sunny, breezy. And then that next chance of rain comes in later Monday. First part of Monday, the morning looks dry, but it's 75. Chance of possible some isolated storms again Monday night into Tuesday morning, and 72 for Tuesday's high as we start to clear up. We cool down midweek and then warm up next weekend.
All right. Well, we'll take it, I guess. Yeah. We have to, right? Thanks so much, Jim.
You bet.
Thank you for joining us for Tonight at 10. Saturday Night Live is coming up next.